And we're live a little bit late this evening because I had a wedding rehearsal earlier this afternoon when I normally go live. So I figured I'd go for a little bit this evening. Good to see you, Archer. I know Justin's on his way. And the invite is out to anybody else that wants to join. So we were just talking before we went live. There's a lot going on between Ironheart, Superman. Radio Times had a new article about Doctor Who and climate change.
Oh Lord, no! Did they?
Then you got the war between land and the sea. You got FS1 that just came out, which I want to see, but I hate to say it. I think I'm going to wait till the DVD or the streaming.
What's FS1?
The auto racing movie.
Oh, F1.
Sorry, FS1 is the sports channel. Sorry.
Oh, okay. No, that's okay. No, because I thought maybe it was that one. Or maybe it was called F1. I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's F1. Sorry.
Well, as I said the first time I heard the title, I think the war between the land and the sea. Well, proper name for that is erosion, isn't it? As erosion, which is what's happening to the numbers. It's a joke.
Don't care. I don't think anybody's really going to watch it.
No.
Justin, good to see you.
Is that too loud?
No, you're fine.
Okay. It's weird.
So
good evening. I was eating.
Got to talk. Well, I was saying earlier, we got to talk Superman. The new bit with Crypto came out.
Well, I saw the angry office part. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah.
Angry
then
office.
Got to talk to Ironheart because I watched about the first 20 as Gary did a stream along.
Oh, I'm more than happy to watch that show if we're going to talk about it. I mean, I'm not more than happy, but I'm willing to watch the show.
I gotta say, I really am feeling it. It's feeling a lot like, and I don't know if Archer saw it, Robin Hood with the Y, the show that came out last year.
I didn't see it, but I saw the reviews of it.
It's not getting. I mean, everything I've heard about it is exactly what we thought it was going to be, and it's worse. So
it's actually quite funny. And again, that's the thing with Robin Hood, the CBC version. It was not meant to be a comedy, but I'm viewing it as a comedy.
You know, and that's how I went into the Marvels. I watched that movie voluntarily. I'm like, I expect nothing from this movie. Let's see what happens. And it turned out being really funny to watch, like the whole dance thing and everything else. Like, this is hilarious. The cats, all that stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll go watch it like that.
I think they were trying to be. The thing is with the Marvels, I think they were trying to have the Marvel comedy, but like Robin Hood was trying to be a drama, but it came off so cringe and so bad that it was funny.
Well, I think my main takeaway from watching the reviews is the basic that, okay, as with so many things, actually no, the heroes were actually the villains all the way through.
Villain arc. That's what I've been hearing. Is it's more of a villain story.
The very fact that their theme tune for Robin was "We Be Robin, Robin, Robin." Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Girl.
Yep.
Or bruh, or whatever it is that they say.
When that first came out, I thought I can see an interesting premise there. Everything they had in place, Nottingham Flats, all the things they had they had, okay, so got this. So these things happen, and because of something's happening, someone in the hood, they're inspired by the legend of Robin Hood, and so on and so forth.
Yeah,
it's an interesting premise. It's just as with so much modern things, especially for some strange reasons, as commentators have been saying, when it features a certain demographic.
Okay, so I'm gonna play about a minute of it. There's a trailer from it. And again, this is kind of like how I'm approaching Ironheart, because from this trailer from Robin Hood.
Oh, I haven't seen this.
Oh, it's bad.
We don't do the flashy gutter how we live.
Already I hate
it. Masked robbers who rap about their crimes. It's just sexy.
What's your plan?
Stay out of Sherwood!
This was a terrible idea.
What's the point in fighting if you know you can't win?
Because some fights have to be fought.
Time's up, Sherwood! I want the criminals known as the Hood.
You wanted me? Here I am.
Pull up in this mess and we be robbing.
We can stop them. Take back what's ours.
This makes perfect sense.
And
to
give
me.
what we steal to our people.
Our people, not the Americans, but
It's what we
Whoever these
steal.
people are, I'd say they just declared war.
then you should probably shoot them all. Oh,
Yeah, sadly, it didn't last more than one season.
oh, so this has already been out.
And
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You've not seen
Oh,
it
yeah,
yet,
yeah.
What was it on
I watched
global?
it with the VPN.
Where did you
Have-
find this?
Have
It's
you
on.
ever,
You have to have the VPN to be able to stream Canada.
Oh, Canada. Well, there that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
The best meme that comes out of that is Azzy's St. Jesus George Lionheart.
Let me see if I can
Floyd.
find that with
He's-
as.
Yeah, I mean,
Well-
Az was fantastic. Azzy's was I think was the best reviews for it. But oh yeah,
I've been watching
was-
good TV.
yeah. Well, I've been rewatching Castle, so
Ooh, I haven't seen Castle.
Oh, I got.
I know I should watch it, but I haven't seen it. I finished watching Mobland last night.
I never. I've a lot of people saying that's good, but it doesn't appeal to me. I think I've never been one
Here
for
we
the
go.
make the the mobsters the heroes. And I said, why don't I watch the Sopranos one?
Well, no, it's not a show that mobsters are the heroes. It's just a drama that happens to be about people in that life, and it centers around one character, and they're all terrible people. The main cast, they're all horrible people. Gary watches the show. He talks about it, but yeah, it's a fantastic
Anyway,
10
A lot
episode.
of people.
this is as his introduction.
When Robin Hood, Robin with a Y, because of course they've been gender changed and race changed,
Well,
was
that's been in
announced.
comics for
I
a
did a
long time.
video saying that it's going to be absolute garbage, but I gotta tell you, I have watched the first episode now. It came out on Wednesday, and I am absolutely shocked because the show was phenomenal. It was absolutely fantastic, and I was proved completely wrong in my assumptions. Yeah, I'm only kidding. It was absolute dog shit.
But he didn't do the. He didn't do the. He does that little whatever that. I don't even know what it is. Despotic. I don't know about that. I enjoyed it. Not for the reasons. Not for the reasons that was made. It was just so bad. It was fun.
Here's hold on, where is it?
Let's see if I can
There
find
it is.
the
This is
jar
the
thing.
this might have been what it was based on. Is that showing?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm just bringing.
I'm working real hard to
There we
make this
go.
work today.
Trying to click on it. Oh, I gotta remove my stream. Okay, there we go.
Yeah, so that's a book that's been out for a
No.
long time from Zenscope.
No, the problem is she's white.
Well, yes, but
And she's wearing green, so is that a Green Arrow?
no,
in
this
the
is
Green Arrow?
Robin Hood's been around. This particular character has been around for a long time. Zenscope has been putting it on. So I mean,
Oh,
it's,
okay. I just
it's an
wanted to.
established character. I'm sure this is not that, but yeah, the Robin with a Y thing that belongs to this comic here.
Well, as I said, to be fair, Robin with a Y he tends to be how the female Robin is spelt as often as not.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've known Robins that are just spelled Robin.
Yeah.
Went to college with one. You know, it's not like it's. I mean, nowadays does naming really matter? My daughter's name is Dylan. You know, but every time someone says her name, they don't see her face and they see her like on a sheet. She's always confused with a boy because they think that Dylan is a guy, and of course I'm like, no, that's Dillon.
Oh, here we go. Here,
I got my own rules.
I would have said that's the surname.
Yeah.
Like Colin and Collins. One L like mine is.
I got my own
first name,
rules.
And double
Here we
LS
go.
is the surname.
This is the recruiting of Friar Tuck.
Getting skeptical here, Alan.
That's because you only see the meat. One day my mind will arise to a plane.
Come on, so you got the same
pure
haircut as the guy from the Jaguar. advert.
Limitless, ageless, beautiful, perfect, all part
Anyway, that's yeah. So I mean, that was pretty bad, and that's watching the first 25 minutes, I think, of Ironheart. That's kind of the way I'm approaching it.
Ironheart has better production value.
I don't know.
I'm guessing.
But yeah, so that brought us to Superman then.
Oh,
me bring this up.
yeah, go ahead. Ask me about the Smurfs when you're done talking about Superman.
Oh dear.
You're shaking your head quite a bit.
Where's the dog?
I don't know. All I saw was the office scene where he yells at Lex. I can see how they're doing the whole.
Oh,
social
I'm
media
sorry.
thing.
Hold on. Sorry, I thought I was playing it.
You forgot to
Sorry.
share it, didn't you?
I forgot to add it to
Oh,
the
because you
page.
shared, yeah. Here it is.
Yeah, that's why I'm laughing.
That's going to be.
Oh dear.
Lex, I tried to stop him.
It's fine, Heather.
Tried to
Superman,
stop, really?
we finally meet. Would you like a coffee?
Where's the dog?
Dog.
The dog, loser! You took the dog!
That's right. You get all of this.
Where's the dog?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
He's just a dog.
I don't know what dog you're talking about. Ugly dog, okay?
What did you say?
You know, people keep trying to hate on this movie, but I like the casting, and I think it's going to be entertaining, which is all I'm looking for from a movie. I'm not looking for a sequel, a trequel. I just want a movie I can go to the theater and enjoy.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I'm a fan of angry Superman, but I've been told he's been very angry in the past. Maybe he's going to be Red Kryptonite Superman, or whatever the rules are.
I would say in that case, that's definitely English Superman because we don't care what you do. But
Well,
you
there's
harm
a Superman for you.
You harm a doggo and we go, wait.
Well, they said that they pulled a scene out of this movie after pre-screens, and the rumor was it was a scene where Lex beats the dog or abuses the dog or hits the dog. And I can see why they would take that out because you don't do that on camera.
How? I mean, Krypto is from Krypton. I mean, it has the superpowers.
Well, dogs age 7 years to every human's once, and maybe he's only like
Doesn't matter. I mean, in the
30%
comics,
Superman strength.
the comics, the dog has.
Well, there's a thousand different things that they could do that we don't know about. They could have kryptonite. He could have a powered suit. He could have people hold the dog down.
The dog's more intelligent, and he's a lot more intelligent than an Earth dog.
Well, it's still a dog.
Oh yeah, it is, but
It's
no,
not
but
like it's doing calculus.
well, no, but exactly. But
Wait, who was the dog with Sherman back in the old days? The cartoon. Peabody and Sherman set the Wayback Machine to intelligent dog days.
There's a.
I love dogs, by the way. Don't get me wrong.
One of the Terry Pratchett books. The greatest mathematicians on the Discworld are camels. Because they spend their whole time thinking about mathematics is what they have to do. So,
no,
I mean,
no, we couldn't neuter him today. Yeah, pretty sure that whole building would be on fire if you tried to.
Yeah, that's
neuter
why.
the dog.
That's why I really, like I said. I mean, it's the comic, the Silver Age Superman. It's genius with Krypto in it.
You know, that's a good point. That's a good point. I'm looking forward to the Silver Age Superman stuff because I never read any of that. But the scene where him being super angry doesn't feel like a goofy. Okay, so I can see where that would, that's a point of tension right there because you've got two different things going on.
I've got somewhere. I think I've still got a Superman comic where part of the story revolves around an elderly or an older lady wanting to breed her pet dog, female dog, with Krypto. And I think it ends up with them saying, "Can we let the dogs decide?" And the dogs decide they don't want to, something like that. So that was a Superman. I mean, obviously you don't see anything, but that's the story, part of the storyline.
Yeah, so this is just an example of Silver Age Superman with Krypto.
Okay.
So yeah, like I said, I got to know more of the context about how Krypto is supposedly kidnapped or whatever it is, or dog-napped. But
what we have to remember is back in the days they just wrote funny stories. There was no continuity. It wasn't a serial. Just every comic was a new story. Kind of like what I picked up here the other day. A little light comic reprint reading, a little Doctor Who comic strips. I
oh dear.
This ought to be fun.
For the other
Oh, these are full comics, not just strips. I can't wait to read this. I want to read something new, and I haven't read that, so I'm going to check that out.
There it is. I'm trying to bring up a bigger image of it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Images of my own.
Here we go. This is why I like the Silver Age. There we go.
Okay, so who's the third one? Oh, Crypto.
Yep. Earth exploded just like Krypton, and the three of them are now orphans.
Orphans of Space. That one was a Robert Heiney book was Orphans in the Sky.
So that comes out, what, in a month?
July. I thought it was July 11th. Or is that Fantastic Four?
Oh, jeez.
No,
So what did you think of the new trailer for that?
Which one are we talking about?
Fantastic Four.
My hardest problem with that is my opinion of Pedro Pascal. I mean, he really is a bit of a simp, and I think he's Hollywood's new action figure. Like, they can just do whatever they want with him. He'll do whatever he's told, and like, he's their get out of jail free card for DEI in movies. He's white, he's Latino.
I'm waiting for it to be cast as the next James Bond.
See, I'm trying to understand. This is something I've been seeing on Twitter all day.
Really? You've been seeing this all day, have you?
No, whenever I pop on, there are people commenting about it.
What is this? I mean, oh my, just stop.
Yeah.
Is that AI or is he actually having that done?
I think that is actually real.
Oh my
God.
Pedro. I hope they never make another Mandalorian show because I don't want to see him in that armor.
It won't be him. He'll just be voicing it. I don't think he was in the. I think he only voiced the last one, if I remember right.
Well, he voices. It's his voice, and
it's his voice, but he's not the one in the. He's not the one in the armor.
They have 3 stuntmen to do all the stunt work.
Yeah. I think they're the only. I don't think you see him in the armor. I don't think he's in the armor at all. Unless
last season he didn't take off his helmet. I don't think once. I think the director's like, you don't take it off.
No, I think Superman comes out first, and then Fantastic Four, because I saw someone was saying a couple of days ago they think that maybe that if the Superman movie is not if it's good, but if the Superman movie is successful, may actually help the Fantastic Four, because people will be up to like this.
Around the world, please welcome.
I'm sure they're all supposed to be a lot younger than that, apart from Reed Richards.
Mr. Fantastic. Invisible Woman.
She just seems too old for the character.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem American enough. Like, she doesn't look like.
What time is it? Say the date.
That's not really something I say.
Like a classic.
And I'm thinking of clobbering. I don't know if you guys do clobbering times on Twitter.
I said that RIP. I've streamed him a couple. I've been on streaming him a few times.
It's dinner time.
God rest him. But no, I saw that more for RIP Clobby.
See, yeah.
This looks good to me. This looks fine. I mean, I'm not happy with the acting choices, but.
I herald your end.
Now, female Silver Surfer aside, she's a pretty good actress.
Galactus.
I want to like this.
What is that?
I do too.
Get us out of here, Ben. Hold on. Are we safe?
I don't know. I wish they had somebody with Pedro.
I must
like Krasinski and Emily Blunt would have been perfect.
Find a solution.
Yeah.
See, and the other thing I thought.
Just crush him. Hide that.
See if I can pause it when they get to the picture of it.
The danger. We will protect you.
In which case, why do we already know you're going to turn up in another universe?
See, I mean, this is like the second time they show the baby.
It's probably just a.
I think the baby's going to be the savior. There's 3.
Well, didn't Chris Moore say that it centers around Silver Surfer and Invisible Woman? That's who saves everybody.
Well, yeah, probably. Of course it will.
Now, I personally do not have a problem. The beard I need to have explained to me.
Yeah, I think the CGI on that just doesn't convince me that it's actually him talking. I don't know what it is about it, but it's
Well, yeah, that's always a problem with getting their lips and stuff to match
Yeah.
up and look real. That's
I
the
mean-
worst part about the CG stuff.
I mean, to be fair, if they made a point of the fact that because of what his body's become, his lips aren't quite as mobile as a normal lips, and therefore they did something with his voice a little bit, that would be great. You know, he's used to speaking in a normal voice. He's speaking, but because of the construction of his lips aren't quite as mobile as the human lips, which would explain why they look the way they do. Make a point of it.
Yeah, he's always had a gravelly voice.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun, but you would expect him to do something different with his voice at this point.
I mean, I'm not trying to compare him to Michael who played him in the
Chiklis.
first.
Chiklis.
I mean, he had the good voice for it.
Yeah, he was okay. I mean, I wasn't overly impressed by it, but it was a good choice. It worked. I believed it.
And
Yes.
That's pretty much it. I mean,
You know what he's become? He's become Will Smith, where you don't see the character he's playing anymore. And I think Mando was the last thing I watched where I was like, okay, that's Din Djarin, that's Mando. Now everything he does, it seems like he's just himself, like Will Smith is, and everything that he does.
The ironic thing is that Ian a few months ago put me on to rewatching and finishing his number for The Mentalist, the old Simon Baker show. That was good, except I don't want to. God, Pedro bloody Pascal's in it.
Oh well, he's in everything.
I mean, obviously he made that before he was Pedro Pascal. He's in every, and he obviously was a recurring part for 2 or 3.
Yes, early Pedro is definitely better than new Pedro.
Yeah. But
I prefer old Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. So you're saying we will save you, despite the fact that we know that you're actually going to turn up in the MCU's universe.
Yeah.
Because you do so at the end of at least one, if not two, the last two MCU movies.
So the only question
you're
to
not
ask,
going to save everybody.
Yeah, the only question to ask is, are they there because they got thrown there, or are they there because they chose to leave because Galactus ate Earth in their universe?
Well, they're obviously not the point.
Yeah, why the choice?
Yeah.
Trying to find. There it is. Let me see if I can find. Keep talking. I'm looking for something in the background.
Oh, I was gonna say earlier this. I know a lot of people are like, boo on Sue Storm, but at the very least, because I grew up in the '80s. All the girl bosses that we got to watch in film were fine. I love all of them. They're fine. It's just it's the difference between having a girl boss and having a Mary Sue.
Here
And
it
Sue
is.
Storm she's established 60 years worth of content and stories. She has a background. She's not perfect. Well, maybe they wrote her that way in this movie. You got to have some flaws.
So we're jumping back to Robin Hood real quick because I found one of the best scenes.
Oh no! It's the rabbit, isn't it?
I quite frankly couldn't believe what I'm seeing, and nor will
He
you.
knows
You
what
didn't
you're
know that-
gonna do.
Don't give it away.
Predicts this. If you saw that coming, you're a liar.
That was actually.
If you saw that coming, you're a liar. This was great.
But yeah, I mean,
I didn't think I'd be batoned by a furry.
no, that's not a baton. That's a taser.
It's a big baton taser. I'm sorry. Sorry for the vernacular. The electric baton.
Yeah. Oh, yes, exactly.
Oh, I'm pretty sure that's the most passive way of saying that, Snortopus.
Yeah. I mean,
did you see this clip of the guy that did it Director X and
yeah.
When he said, I think he said, Az looks goofy, and he's literally wearing a glitter ball over his head.
Yeah, let me see if I can find that.
Oh, I think it's Az he's talking about because I was complaining.
Let's see.
Sorry, I keep making adjustments. I'm trying to get used to this situation I got going on here.
Well, I think I've got a thing to give the guy his due. I think he did appear on someone's stream talking about Robin Hood. I think.
Here we go.
someone read one in an hour sphere.
Here we go.
Fair as possible here. He does start off by saying something which I absolutely agree with. And I'm going to let him tell you in his own words.
And I get it, and I understand. I'm a comic book nerd. I'm a real fucking nerd. So
Whoa.
I know the pain. I've lived
Jen.
through the movies and the TV shows where they take the things we love and fix them for us. I'm not fixing Robin Hood. I'm making a modern day Robin Hood.
Well, that's the bit that's up for debate, but
I thought there was the there. Wait.
I mean, I believe it. I believe the Robin Hood. I mean, it looks like people in the inner city doing gang stuff. Maybe they have good intentions, but again, shame.
Well, that's on Direct Tracks. That's not on me.
Yes, we're twice removed from other people's videos.
Yeah, the only way you can find a lot of the clips. Oh, there we go.
Did you find it?
Hold on. Let me yeah, the only way you can find it on here is through YouTube reviews. Other than that, can't find it. Okay, we'll play this real quick. So this is a new series of videos I found yesterday with AI.
Is a tool, not a body spray. He doesn't cue. He just stands really close until it's his turn. He once got a call from a scammer and sold him a warranty. He found a Band-Aid in his biryani and called it protein. He tried deodorant once. His body rejected it. He makes 6 figures, lives with his parents, and still has to be home by 10. He doesn't answer with hello. He answers with, your call is important to me. He brought a spoon to a cow dung festival, just in case. He doesn't ask what's in the food. He prays first, questions later. He once walked through a Sephora, and they evacuated. He once ended an argument with a single-head bobble. His gym locker room has a warning sign with just his face. He thinks personal space is a Western conspiracy. His car horn has more emotions than he does.
Is there a point?
He's had diarrhea so many times, his bathroom has a loyalty.
Oh!
He is the most Indian man in the world.
Oh, okay. There it is.
I don't always drink water, but when I do, it's straight from the Ganges. Stay dirty, my friend.
Oh, there's some countries I never want to visit.
Let me see. I want to show the other one. That was really good.
There was an Indian comedian who made a comment about getting off the plane and the first thing you do is smell
There it is.
the place that you're in.
Here we go. One more.
He arrives 15 minutes early to Zoom calls and still apologizes. He irons his socks.
I miss Martin.
He believes fun
Hey, Teresa.
should be scheduled and capped at 47 minutes. His first steps were goose steps. He wears socks with sandals to assert
It's a hot look
dominance.
for a good-looking guy.
He files his taxes with such precision, the government owes him interest. He waits at red lights at 3 a.m., even when the street is empty.
Oh, I blow through
He
those.
has to fight off 100 immigrants just to get out of his neighborhood. He has a grandfather in Argentina, but he doesn't like to talk about him. He owns 6 identical gray sweaters for efficiency. He makes reservations at food stalls in Bangkok. He wrote a 48-page guide to assembling IKEA furniture for fun. He explains engine efficiency to people who didn't ask. He builds model trains that run more efficiently than national railways. He proposed to his wife via PowerPoint. He's never smiled in a photo and considers that a strength. He is the most German man in the world.
I don't always drink, but when I do, it's precisely 1 beer measured in milliliters. Stay serious, my friends. Fun is inefficient.
Funny there's no schnitzel or kraut jokes, sauerkraut on there.
So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of scary that that's all AI stuff.
Oh, yeah, AI, it's to the point now, like like it's funny when we create something, we constantly shove it out. People complain about it and don't want to see us use it and stuff, but it is being used so much now that it's actually learning even more. And the programs are really creating stuff where I looked at when I saw a video, I was like, wow, that looks really real. And then I looked at the hand that was on holding the cup and there was an extra finger, like all five digits were on the outside of the cup. I was like, well, that's wrong. Oh, shout out to Martin, Miss Martin Muses.
Yeah,
I want to play Red Dead Redemption 2 just because how she talked about it. I watched her video, so good video, young lady. I'm gonna go play that game. I haven't played it yet.
Chat if you want to join us.
You come talk about your emotional comings with Red Dead Redemption 2.
So, yeah.
Smurfette. Smurfette
yes.
is Rihanna. Rihanna is now Smurfette. Oh, and I noticed that in the movie that's coming out, she's not a blonde. She's like a really, really, really white platinum blonde, which I don't know what that's about. But yeah, she sounds like a rapper that's been smoking Cools every day. Rihanna does not have a Smurfette voice. I think it's really weird to hear her voice coming out of Smurfette. It's just like, what is this? You could have found 1,000 different people to play that character. I am Smurfette. Look at a Smurfette.
Oh dear heavens!
Oh, it's
let's
a
see if I can
wonderful
find
world.
a picture of her.
Oh, Smurf. Yeah, there's a few in the trailer where she her hair almost looks white, but it's not that blonde that it used to be, and it's a really nitpicky thing to say. It's it's an aesthetic choice for the designer.
I'm English. I'm English, not Swedish. I prefer Madame Cholet.
Mm.
Well, it's not quite
The German
as a character.
Well, that's an old image because she's not. Well, maybe they changed it. Maybe the movie she's more blonde. Just the couple pictures I saw, her hair was like almost white. That's fine.
Let me see if I can find another one. Because there. Okay, I see what you mean.
Do you guys?
Okay, we'll play this real quick.
No, a British group from the 70s and 80s called the Barron Knights.
No.
Oh, they did a lot of parody songs, and one of them was parody of the Smurfs, the Smurf song.
Well, I'll show you the one. I gotta be careful how much of it I show, just because I'll get copyright struck.
Well, this is like a trailer, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a trailer.
Smurfette is about to shake things up, and she's not doing it alone. Please don't stop the music. We've got Papa.
That's wonderful news.
No name.
I still don't have a theme.
Brainy. Hefty. Worry.
Maybe everybody else just doesn't worry enough.
Grouchy.
Worry.
Don't even say it.
Vanity. Faker. Sound effects Smurf.
What?
What?
So many more. Right, Smurf?
No.
Yeah, maybe I'm overacting. That doesn't sound as bad as I thought. From what I heard, she's.
Remember the Smurfs being named like the Devon Dwarves?
Well, yeah, they had Handy Smurf. They had Hefty
Okay.
Smurf.
Joke
Those are
King.
your Brainy Smurf.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
I would like to pick the trend back up of using the word Smurf for was it adjectives?
Here we go.
Smurfing.
So I'm
Smurfity
gonna play maybe this is AI music, I believe.
There's a lot of that going around.
Yeah, but some of it's really good.
I think you showed me this.
Might have.
I've got friends across the state, and at the drop of a hat, they'll arrive never late. So you're cool to run, yellow tonight. Right together, fill it with all of our might. We're a thirsty, insatiable bunch, and we've had nothing but one beer since lunch. So
I
So
mean,
what do you think came first? Do you think the pool came first or the chlorine came first? We got a serious problem with these pools. We got to develop a chemical real quick. Water keeps turning yellow. I wonder why.
Yeah, like I said, I'd like to know. I mean, there's a whole Spotify channel devoted to that.
Wow.
And that's probably some of the cleanest that I can play.
Yes, I can imagine.
You know, somebody did an
I've seen a
AI
few.
thing where they were going to do it was a play on doing a Sergeant Slaughter from G.I. Joe movie about his origin story, and it was just some static images that were slightly animated, but it looked really good, and it was an interesting idea for a story. It's not going to be a movie. They're not doing it. He was just doing like a mini trailer. But I was like, I could see where that would be useful because you'd want an animation, but if you could get a realistic animation, it might be more fun to watch that. But again, like I've got family members who are like, no, if it's not done by an artist, it's not real art and it shouldn't be blah, 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 blah. I'm like, you know what? I was watching the Justine Bateman did that talk with Duchovny on his YouTube channel. And she said they just need to put it out there and just flood the market with AI, and then we'll be over it, past it, and then we'll move on to something else.
I was having a discussion with someone a while ago about this. Because I know you said, I've had the rabbi is massively in favour of AI. He can't wait for it to get better. Someone else was on about. I mean, my argument is, I can see both ways because I've got absolutely zero talent when it comes to drawing, but I can get AI to give me something roughly. If I can learn how to do the prompts, the art form is in using the tool. So the art form in AI art, if you like, is getting the prompts correct.
Yep, and that's the thing that we learned in art class was it's not about the tool you're using to create art. It's about you being the creative and having ideas and using the tool to create.
Yeah.
Granted, it's doing a lot of heavy lifting for you.
Oh, it is.
But if you have an original idea and the only way to get it out of your brain is to use an AI form to prompt it up, then that technically is classified as art at the technical term.
I will say the one thing I'm really grateful for not going back to teaching is really having to work with AI stuff.
Oh, the Chat GPT, the South Park did a whole episode on it. It's terrible.
I mean, thankfully, my classwork doesn't require them to do a lot of writing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I don't have to worry about them training Chat GPT stuff.
Yeah. I've heard there's teachers and classrooms in place, and maybe Ms. Martin would know about this, where teachers are now requiring kids to turn in handwritten homework on pieces of paper instead of. I mean, technically you could have Chat GPT generated at home, and then you could copy it all down, but at least you'd still be writing it at the very least. But that poses the question.
But
why,
I will
why
say, even as a teacher, one of the things I found useful was we tried Socratic seminars in my class this year.
Yeah.
And I was able to use AI to come up with the questions for them to start discussing.
Well, I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was the low teachers or someone else was talking about it, but saying that Mike's other thing is that what they should go back to doing is, because the whole point of written exam is to show that you know and understand the subject,
right?
Or at least that you memorize enough to pass the exam. So what we should perhaps do is go to handwritten exam in which I'm not going to pass anything because my handwriting is absolutely atrocious, or something like I would say if there's a way that you can do it where you can type, but you can prove that it's that you've typed, or oral presentation. Because if you go back, obviously you can't do that on mass, which you can with an exam. Obviously, you're going to have 30, 40 students in a class.
That's kind of what I ended up doing in class. Was one of teaching history, teaching American church history. I was trying to introduce my students to using primary sources because a lot of diocesan newspapers are online. They're archives. So I was going to have the kids look up John Paul II being shot, John the 23rd in the 50s being elected Pope, the second Vatican. I mean, a lot of these different topics. It's like, look at these primary sources and create your own newspaper. But the thing is, there's nothing saying that Chat GTP could make up an article for themselves.
Chat GPT.
Yeah. I mean, it's the thing. The thing is, it's worrying because it's not going to go away, and it is unquestionably the future.
Well, it's like they said, it's Hollywood doesn't want it to go away. They want to get control of it. It's all about which studio gets control.
But I mean, I'm not overly bothered about. I mean, I'm kind of with the rabbi in some ways on this. In that, okay, so if we don't like Doctor Who, for example, you see some of the stuff that he shows that people have done with AI for Doctor Who. Some of the things it shows, in a few years' time, you'll be able to make your own Doctor Who.
Yeah.
But what to be slightly more, I'm not. I never got beyond secondary education. I don't even have A levels. I only got O levels. So I finished my education at 17. So I didn't go into like that. But that I understand that if you get someone else to do your homework for you, it doesn't matter if it's AI or if it's your cousin in Nigeria or whatever.
Or Riri Williams.
Or Riri Williams to do it. When you actually come to use it, you don't have the knowledge to use. So if you're getting something else to do it for you, unless you read through it. So if you rewrite it, I remember it's one of the things for doing writing and repeating things is the repetition that actually helps you remember it. So if you get AI to write something up for you, and you then read through it and you then copy it over, you might then have a better chance to read it. But
yeah, I know.
But it's the problem is that people aren't using it to make their learning easier. They're using it to avoid having to learn.
Right. Well, I mean, there's a trailer I wanted to show. I haven't seen the movie in probably 15 years, but this is a 23-year-old movie from 2002 that kind of was futuristic, I guess.
Victor Turansky has discovered the perfect actress.
Who is Simone? We know so little about her.
You can't hide her forever. Simone appears only when I want her to appear.
She's beautiful. She's talented.
Why are we here?
She's virtually perfect.
A star is digitized.
Are you ever going to tell the truth?
2002.
I'm going to tell the truth about you after your next picture.
I've never really seen Simone up close. Have you?
I will be checking in a very special guest. She must not be disturbed at any time for any reason whatsoever.
I can go.
Is that you, Simone? I'm right here, beside you. I borrowed Victor's car. My God.
What do you do? Keep her locked in a box somewhere?
I love you. LA.
What happened when we dusted that whole hotel suite? What about the fingerprints? Nothing.
This summer
You're going to get in a lot of trouble, Mr. Turansky.
Why do you have to bring that up?
comes a story about the illusion of reality.
The winner of Best Actress, Simone!
I want to thank my co-stars and the studio, of course. Thank you.
Why didn't she thank you?
Did she?
No.
And the lies that have a life of their own.
What's the matter, Victor? You look so sad.
Gonna be a little change in plans, Simone. See if they still love you after this. I swear, I made Simone.
Victor, she made you.
I'll destroy you.
From the creator of The Truman Show.
Don't you love me anymore?
She's indestructible.
Al Pacino. Simone.
Never stop believing.
Fascinating. I never saw that trailer before. I've never seen it.
I remember seeing it. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've seen it, but
I can see that, and I will raise you another 40 odd years back. As ever, I'm getting really tired of how often I end up quoting Robert Heinlein. But Moon is a Harsh Mistress. Superb book if anybody hasn't read it. And
what's it called?
The Moon is a Harsh Mistress.
Oh yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's about it. The basic story is there's a penal colony on the moon, and basically, it's the moon is Australia on the moon, but it's also the American Revenant. But that's the basic. But there's a character in it who never appears anywhere because the character is actually. I said, I mean, this was written in the 60s, I think, maybe the 50s. I mean, the Harsh Mistress. But the leader of the rebellion is actually a computer, and he's actually the whole thing is entirely AI generated, computer generated images on screens. I mean, this was written back before we had computers. So the idea of that is that it's sort of an advanced. basically it's an advanced Max Headroom. I think it's the best way to put it, the way I picture it. But it's the way I remember what Max Headroom was supposed to be done. But obviously, it's sufficiently good because it's real-time computing speeds. It's the technology is good enough by the setting of the book for it to actually for it to fool everybody, for it to fool everybody, so that
it's the supreme intelligence.
Yeah, but to a degree. I mean, there are a few people who know who it is. Obviously, there's ins and outs, and there's bits and pieces.
I'll tell you, the one that I listened to the audiobook of it was the Forbin Project. I didn't realize it was a trilogy of books. I just remember seeing the movie.
Yeah.
And then reading the books afterwards and really enjoying them.
I didn't realize the part of the trilogy. I have to check the books now. I remember the film.
Yeah, it's actually a trilogy of books.
Because it was the star. I can't remember the guy. Is it Bradford Tillman? Because I know the guy that starred in it was also the main.
Are you familiar with this, Justin?
No, I'm just listening.
We'll bring up the trailer just because it's really worth it.
The actor, I think, was the main, not quite villain in.
Wait, with this cat to knock something over. Down.
Oh Lord, which was the third Planet of the Apes movie, the one when they come back to Earth.
Here we go.
Oh, Escape from Planet of the Apes, I think it was.
This is the dawning of the Age of Colossus.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dr. Charles Forbin. In a few moments, Colossus will address us directly.
This is the voice of world control.
This is the voice of Mr. Ons.
It may be the peace of plenty and contempt, or the peace of unburied death. The choice is yours. Obey me and live, or disobey and die.
The frightening story of the day man built himself out of existence. Colossus, the Forbin Project.
It's making you a prisoner.
Shock, horror,
Wait,
suspense, created with all the technological brilliance of 2001, A Space Odyssey. Colossus is the ultimate in sophisticated computers.
I'm going to try to convince the computer that you're my mistress.
That's Webster's mom.
Given the opportunity to see you regularly in private.
From the 80s.
That way we can pass information back and forth.
Webster, the very small person.
Yeah. Remember
So then
Susan Clark? That's her.
Oh.
Good night.
This is insane. When do you think you'll be able to attempt the overload?
Colossus sees all, senses all, knows all, controls all armaments and all defenses. When this emotionless creation becomes the master of man, the result is catastrophic.
The Supreme Council of the USSR has ordered, as of 2300 hours Moscow time tomorrow, the activation of an electronic brain exactly like ours, which they call gut.
They built Colossus, supercomputer with a mind of its own. Then they had to fight it for the world.
Dun, 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 dun.
The missile has just been launched. It is heading towards the Cyan CPS oil complex.
Guardian has retaliated.
Retaliate?
It may be too late, sir.
Oh my God.
It's a 60s movie, but
That's a great trailer.
Okay, so who else went at first? I'd say when it said this is the voice of the Mr. Ons.
The what?
Oh Lord, Captain Scarlet. This is the voice of the Mr. Ons. If you're not a Captain Scarlet fan, you won't get that one.
Is this British TV that Father Miller hasn't seen? Because that's a new one for me. Yeah.
It's Jerry Anderson from the 1960s. It was Captain Scarlet was the one that he made after. Yeah, he was. He was in the bad.
Yeah, I never got into Jerry Anderson.
Yeah, it was the one that he made after Thunderbirds.
Mm.
See if I can find the one.
And
Man creates AI. AI destroys man.
Yeah.
Womit then decorates the earth.
That guy he was. I thought of him because he was the, if you remember the Escape from Planet of the Apes movie, the one where they come back in time, the original series.
That's right.
He was the not quite bad guy. Was he the bad guy? Was he just, had lots of concerns?
Too much TV rots your brain.
Yeah.
Well, here's a little bit more. Only a few minutes.
By the time we got cable, I was leaving high school and I had a job and a girlfriend, so I didn't get to watch a lot of these shows because I was too busy doing other things.
Modern London, what with its gay marriages and all. Ray bloody Purchase. Toast. What the hell are you doing on that bus? Is that Nick Swidney? It's the Beefeater anti-gay tour of London. Can't you read? How pathetic. Who are you meant to be? Gandhi. What? Oh, I'm Charles Dickens, you bug. Never mind that.
Berg.
What the hell were you doing asking my wife to partner you in the Celebrity and Prostitutes Flow football tournament? You shut your mouth, Toast. My wife's not a prostitute. Well, not in the conventional sense. Oh, come on, Burgess. Nobody in London knows your wife's a prostitute. You take that back, Toast.
Yeah, and I got to end there because it's kind of profanity.
Everybody in London knows your wife's a prostitute. Well, not the conventional.
I tell you, I first learned about Matt Berry from the IT crowd. I've been hooked on him ever since.
Yeah.
Because he's in What We Do in the Shadows right now.
Yeah. Where else did I see him? I think he was in. God, I can never remember the name of it. It was the weird TV show that was done about Legion, Xavier's son.
That I don't know.
He was in that. Man, I wish I could remember that name of that show. You know what? I know how to find it because I know what else he was in. Hold on a second. I'm gonna Kevin Bacon this real quick. 6 degrees to Kevin Bacon for those of you who don't understand the promise. Let's see. So
I've never even seen that one, but
and the Beast, and that will give me the actor I'm looking for.
Matt Berry.
Yes, I'm looking for.
I'm trying to think what else
he was in the Fallout series.
That's who was in the show.
Let's bring up.
He was in the Fallout series, apparently.
Okay, here we go.
Grief, this is a terrible way to organize. Why is the app on the phone way easier to organize in there?
So he's supposedly in Minecraft. I did not know that. Toast of London, I love. What We Do in the Shadows is a very naughty show, but it's fun. The IT crowd is one of my favorites.
Oh my lord!
Snuff Box is pretty good.
Oh my lord! He's in a film called Professor Brainstorm Returns. I remember Professor Brainstorm when I was a kid. They were kids.
Very passionate.
No, it's just I hadn't thought about that for years. And in fact, they've done a Professor Brainstorm Return. So that, lordy, that might actually have to be given a quick check to see, because just the kindled childhood memories.
Are you thinking of The Devil's Chair? Is that?
I lost my glasses. Who was the actor in the bus yelling at the guy with the megaphone? What was his name again?
Well, Matt Berry. We're looking at his credits right now.
Yeah.
I was checking to see. I don't think he's the guy I'm thinking of. I thought that was him, but it is not.
Oh. Yeah, I mean he's got Smeg on IMDb, and I'm about go back to 2002, and there's about 5 pages of it. So let
me bring up the Snuff Box theme. He's a good singer too. Let me see. Here we
German actor, born Hans Guttas, also goes down. Thank you, Stortbus.
Here we go. Okay, so this only ran for a season.
To the British bosom buddies.
That's him singing.
Okay.
There was one other bit. I got to be careful how I show that because there's a no word in it.
No. Well, you had a no word already during the show.
Yes.
So that's one strike already.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me. No, I can't do that one.
You do what I do, just play it in different languages. I used to air the South Park movie in my store, but I would do it in Canadian French, so nobody knew what they were saying.
Okay, so this is Matt Berry again. This is Snuffbox.
What is going on? Awkward moments of your life.
Awkward Moments Coffee. For those moments that are just too awkward for words.
Are you two having an affair?
Oh dear.
But at least you have good coffee.
Thanks for joining us, Nerd Poopas. We got a little bit of time before I got to get going too. So, yeah. So I was asking Archer, are you going to go see F1?
I don't know if I'll go pay to see it. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out this month, and I have to hit all the superhero stuff because of the job. And believe me, I made that mistake where people come in and start talking about the movies. I'm like, F1 may not fall on that one. That may be one that I just watch at home because movies are coming. You know, they talk about streaming services are failing. I'm like, well, yeah, movies aren't making as much money because DVD sales aren't up at all. They're done. Streaming is so fast. And now it's like, I don't know if I'll go see that movie because it's going to be on streaming service in 2 months. I'm not in a hurry.
The only reason I want to see it is big screen.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah.
But at the same time, I also don't want to pay $20 to go see it in IMAX.
See, I only go to IMAX now because of my back. I can't sit in those luxury loungers because they put your feet up, but they don't send you backwards, so your back hurts. I actually have a pillow. That's how old I am. I have a pillow that I bring to the theater with me.
I will say it's probably a good thing Ian's not here because we would hear his rant about IMAX.
Yeah, I know. He's been putting a lot of pictures up with the movie he's working on right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I only go to IMAX. I've been forced to go to other movies that weren't in IMAX, but I'm like, why am I going to the theater if it's not to see something incredible? But then on top of that, and I hope my people hear me, our IMAX theater is too loud. And I know I'd sound like an old guy thing, but I used to work in high-end electronics, TVs and stereos. I used to sell that stuff, put on the tie, everything. And I know when something is too loud. It's one thing to have a big cinematic experience, but when my kids during the Venom movie are covering their ears,
oh gee,
yeah. I was covering my ears, and I just refused to get up during the movie to go do something about it. And actually, one of my comic customers is one of the managers at our local theater, and I'm gonna have to talk to him and say, there's no reason for it to be that loud. All you're doing is hurting people's eardrums. It's not like they're enjoying the movie more when they have to cover their ears. That's not why you have all those speakers. Yeah, it's for direction and clarity. It's not for how loud can we get. And I've been told that stuff, when it comes to IMAX, they have levels that they're supposed to set everything at according to their corporation. And I'm like, well, they're wrong, and they need to get someone to check that out.
Good thing I didn't see Tenet in the theater.
Well, you can go out and tell them to turn it down, and they will.
I think the only thing I think I've ever seen in IMAX was when IMAX first came out was at Epcot Center. And that must have been back in 1991.
So did you watch that on a dome, like a dome type of screen?
I repeat, that was back in 1991.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I vaguely remember that it was a big screen. I think it was something space, but
well, that was supposed to be the whole thing with IMAX. It was like a science thing, and they would show it on a big dome. And we got tricked into going to see the second Transformers movie at the Science Station in Des Moines, and we sat in that thing, and the screen was so big on the dome, like the left side of the screen was at my full horizontal peripheral, and so was the right side, and it was blurry, and we're like, this the whole movie trying to see it. It was absolutely horrible.
I just remember, I'm trying to bring it up here. The first time I ever saw IMAX was at the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia, and just being blown away because it felt like you were in the picture because it was a dome thing.
Yeah, but it
And
just ended up being blurry.
I think they have since closed the IMAX part. Here we go. So, I mean, it was the idea that it's surrounding you, top, sides, center, where you really do feel like you're in the picture.
The problem is when they're filming this movie, unless they film it with the idea that what you're not seeing isn't important, like they'll just show a Hollywood movie on those things. You're like, I can't see what's going on because the movie's like right here in my face. It's not 4K or anything. I can't see what I'm. Yeah, well, it was like the worst. It was the worst movie experience I ever had. I wanted to get up and leave. I was like, why are we here? We can't see what's going on. But flat screen much better.
I'm trying to find it. I mean, the F1 poster I saw earlier. Yeah, I mean, Michelle could correct me, but it really does feel like you're in. And also, let me know. I think they closed it because I remember when Dunkirk came out, I was going back to Philly to see my classmate, and we were going to try to catch Dunkirk in IMAX, and I was hoping to maybe do it at the Franklin Institute because of the Dome Theater. But yeah, I think they closed it. Dunkirk was probably one of the most confusing movies I've seen.
That was just British troops couldn't get home, right?
Yeah, but the way they filmed it was like you didn't realize until. Oh, thank you, Michelle, for letting me know that. I didn't pick up until about halfway through the movie. It was out of sequence.
Oh,
Dunkirk is called. It's called The Miracle of Dunkirk, and yeah, you're right. Basically, it's the British Expeditionary Force got beaten back from Belgium, and the Germans were taken over France, and they all got back to the beaches on Dunkirk, and they had pretty much every private boat in the southeast of England went across to Dunkirk. They were picking. Soldiers were dropping the weapons, they're just bringing the soldiers back in private boats. If you ever see, there's a really good series which I quite a few years ago now called Foyle's War, and it's
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery. It's a police procedural mystery series set during World War II. And one of them actually features. They don't actually feature much about it, but it does actually. Dunkirk is is an issue in that because it's set in Hastings on the south coast.
Well, they also
there's a reason it's called The Miracle.
I think it was Charles Lightroller from the Titanic was one of the people that commissioned a boat to rescue people off of Dunkirk.
Wow, wouldn't surprise me.
Before or after it sank?
I'll let you figure that out.
Did he make it, or was this before they took off?
I will let you figure that out.
I'm trying to think. I think the Titanic was before the war. I can't remember.
The Titanic was
still messed up right now.
The Titanic was slightly before the First World War, never mind the Second World War.
That's right. Before the First World War, yeah.
Well, he survived.
1912.
He survived. Good.
Yeah, 1912. Because Titanic. I remember when it was the 100th anniversary, ABC had that 4-part mini-series where it was like a cliffhanger at the end of each episode.
Yay, TV serials.
Toby, the Dream Lord from Doctor Who was in it. He was one of the main characters. So
which did they show the important bit of the Titanic though, where Tony and Doug escaped?
Who?
The
first episode of the Time Tunnel.
Oh,
they go back to the Titanic because it was Irwin Allen did the show, and Irwin Allen was famous for using his own stuff. So they actually had large bits from, and he did a couple of stars, I think, it was from A Night to Remember.
Yeah, it was. I remember that.
Yeah.
So, well, with that, I got to start wrapping up. I know that I'll be around actually, I won't be around next week. With it being the 4th of July, I am actually going to go camp.
I will be gone as well. The family business is once again doing the Iowa City fireworks show, but I believe we're retiring. My dad's retiring this year, and I believe I may be retiring as well because I'm pushing 50 and it's hot. But we've been shooting that show.
I might go on Thursday if that works for you guys.
Yeah, stop by, please. And I'll be we'll be closed on Friday, obviously. And then
Well, I will be in your neck of the woods in August. I'm going to be
Oh.
back home for a few days in August, but I plan to maybe stream this week on Thursday, maybe.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'll be available.
So
Yeah.
okay,
The 4th is next Friday, isn't it?
the 4th
Yes.
is next Friday. Yeah.
Not
And
that you
since
need to
I
know
have
that,
the
Archer.
Saturday
you
night
Brit.
mass,
I was going to say, so in that
You
case,
blimey, Brett.
I was going to say in that case, happy
Treason
Good Riddance
Day.
Day, happy Treason Day, you ungrateful colonials for weeks.
Yeah.
yes, grateful, ungrateful.
Yeah, you ungrateful
So-
colonial.
Yeah, so I have the Saturday
Actually,
night.
I was going to say, interesting though, actually, there is a stream of thought that because you guys declared independence, the British response to that made the British Empire a more equal thing in some ways. That because we'd had problems with you guys. I can't remember the arguments now, but obviously it's all one. But that because you guys left in 1776, the response from that partly was it wasn't as big a thing for Britain as it was for America, quite obviously. But that in response to that, the British changed the way they administered their overseas colonies, which kind of helped make the empire what it became in the 1800s.
You mean the one that persecuted the Irish?
I was thinking more of the one that actually banned things like burning widows on their husbands' pyres and fighting wars
There
to
it
stop the
is.
slave trade and
And we
things
did away
like
with
this.
stoning.
There we go. So,
Right.
okay, so one last image before
Yeah.
we leave.
Treasonous Day, you ungrateful colonians.
Yeah.
That's you.
So, with that, I gotta run.
Well, I've got. Can I just pop?
Yeah.
I'll get popped on Monday. Alex and I are doing our monthly. We have no idea what we're going to talk about Monday night with FFSI at about 8:30 our time again. So I do actually have something to push for once.
Okay.
Justin, I know is starting to get into streaming.
Yes, I've got 3 whole videos. They're very short. I'm trying to just figure out what it is I want to do. It's focused around comics. So as soon as I get my groove figured out on sharing and videos and stuff like that, please just come to my channel, Comic Sense QC, and like and subscribe whatever you can, because I've got like 5 people.
Sounds
I know
good.
a lot more than that, which is kind of embarrassing. I think all my friends would jump on there and start clicking, but whatever.
Yeah, it takes time. So
Next time.
with that, I thank you guys. We'll do it again soon. And thanks everybody for watching. And we'll be back before you know it.
Ah.